If you have the ability to love yourself first. Charles Bukowski. So last week I was in Utah, and while I was there, I did some guided breath work, which I'd never done before, and honestly was a little skeptical at first, but I try and keep an open mind and gave it a shot. Happy I did. It ended up potentially being one of the most important things I've ever done, and I want to share why, because this breakthrough, or aha moment if you will, was exactly what I needed when I needed to hear it. So this episode's going to be a little different than usual, but I feel compelled to pass it along. So to set the scene, I arrive with a friend of mine to the instructor, Jen's location. She gave us an overview, kind of explaining what the next hour is going to look like, and handed me a notebook to write down my goal for the session, and the notebook becomes pretty important as the story goes on, but I opened it and I wrote what I'd like to use this session to reflect on. It happened to be the walls that I have a tendency to build around myself, right? That day that felt like the most pertinent obstacle of my life, I saw it as an opportunity to push back against that reality, that human beings love to create normal and then latch onto it. And that's not ideal, because when we do that, we stop looking for places to grow, we stop pushing, we stop seeking to live life to the fullest. In other words, we settle, and so I wrote that down. I closed a notebook, laid back on this incredible, fuzzy blanket, and the music got turned on. We began the breathing pattern, in, out. Jen started guiding us verbally, taking us back to a conversation with our younger selves. The journey had begun. And this is the part where things get really interesting, because my thoughts really did feel like some strange mix of dreaming and hallucinating just from breath work. But at some point she referenced the need to let go and said the words, we weren't meant to suffer or hold on to suffering. And that really cut deep, because I know there are so many places where I've rationalized continuous suffering in my life. I'd speculate that in some way we all do. When the hard thing or the uncomfortable thing, when they stop being stepping stones and instead just become the way things are, becomes a concession. Hey, this doesn't feel good, but it's my life. This person holds me down, but it's how things are. I don't like doing this every day. It eats at me. But hey, life, am I right?